welcome to the Elder Wurm Reviews. We are so excited to be here today. This is our first recording, and we really want to just talk about magic and movies and whatever else the hell we want to talk about.
My name is Luke's. This is Raj.
Yep.
And today we're going to be talking about the bannings in Pioneer.
And also just talk a little bit about Pioneer in general. It's been such an exciting time for us here with Pioneer having just been recently announced. And being that I was a big player during the Return to Ravnica era, and forward, I had a lot of experience when those sets were still moving. But what's cool here is we got an opinion from someone who really primarily plays Commander.
Yep. My only formats really that I keep up with on a regular basis is Commander and Legacy. So it'll be interesting to talk about a more recent format.
Yep. Let's start out by talking about a little bit of what Pioneer is exactly. So the Pioneer is a format that now takes us all the way back to Return to Ravnica. It includes 8 years worth of Magic, over 50 sets, and at this point it is a non-rotating format. And so,
much like Modern.
yes. And so, Modern went all the way back to Mirrodin, whereas Pioneer will go back to just Return to Ravnica. And that also will include every core set from 2014 forward. So, why don't we go ahead and get started here? So first, we're going to talk. Oh, this is Susie.
Oh no, there she is.
Anyways. Oh, that's still a cat.
Yeah, she's cute. She's cute.
Yeah, it's obnoxious. Anyways, so why don't we go ahead and talk about these bans?
Yep.
Now, I'd love to, of course, talk first about the fetch lands. I think that Wizards made a very wise decision by banning the fetch lands because it really brings the price of the format down to a reasonable range.
I couldn't agree more. Actually, I personally think that whenever you introduce fetch lands into a format, it tends to take over the mana base. Like when you're running more than one color, there's no reason not to run them.
Yep, I think you're absolutely right. And so, definitely made the right decision on that one. So why don't we go ahead and jump into our first actual banning. One that I think everybody saw coming, and that was Felidar Guardian.
Yep.
And so Felidar Guardian reads 1 white and 3 other for a 1/4. And he said he's a cat beast, which is pretty cool. It says, when Felidar Guardian enters the battlefield, you may exile a target permanent you control, and then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. Now, obviously that creates problems with Saheeli.
Yep. That's an infinite combo that's pretty easily achieved. Can take out a game pretty quickly, as we learned in Standard.
Yeah, it was rough.
Oh yeah.
So luckily in the FNMs I had to play in, I didn't see it as much because see it as much in casual Magic.
Yep.
But when I would play in the big Star City tournaments, it was.
Yep.
Yeah.
I only play Commander, but I mean it's impossible not to see the effects it had on Standard at the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
So smart move on that one.
Of course.
All right, so the next one that we have here is one that I did not see coming at all, actually. And after a while, after I really thought about it, it made sense. And that's Oath of Nissa.
Really?
Yeah. So for those who watch this channel now and are not familiar with this card, Oath of Nissa is 1 green for a legendary enchantment. And when Oath of Nissa enters the battlefield, look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature, land, or planeswalker card among them and put it into your hand, and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. And you may spend a mana as though it were any mana of any color to cast planeswalker spells.
Okay, I can kind of see where this is going. One mana to basically, search the top of your deck for any planeswalkers or creatures. That's pretty good on its own, but not having to have the colors to cast your planeswalkers.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
I mean, regrettably, personally, the only real issue that I saw with the card is that they printed an elf on the front of it. If it wasn't for that, I think the card. I mean, it could have been that bad, but
for those of you at home, our friend Ryan's here. He has kind of an aversion to creatures of the type ELF.
what about it? Elves are filthy creatures.
See, I disagree. I think they're fine. Our friend here has had some bad experiences with these creature types, and I just think he needs to get over it.
You know, back when I first started playing, I lost to those decks so much. But that's for another video. What really matters is I just can't stand those filthy tree huggers. Moving on. Alright, so the next card on our ban list, which was another one that surprised me, but made a lot more sense once I read into it. That's Leyline of Abundance.
Okay.
This is 2 green, 2 other for an enchantment. It says, if Leyline of Abundance is in your opening hand, you may begin the game with it on the battlefield.
Classic Leyline.
Whenever you tap a creature for mana, add an additional green mana.
Okay.
Or you can pay 2 green and 6 other and put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control.
That's any card that you can just play for free at the beginning of the game, like Once Upon a Time. That it's just good in my opinion. That itself gives the card like enough reason that you can just run it really in anything green. It's
true, and actually, I was interested to find out that the reason that this card got the Banhammer was because of the Library of Nyx, or the temple land that came out of Theros.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because when you play Leyline of Abundance, it comes into play for free, and you've already got 2 green mana symbols.
Whoa.
On the battlefield.
Alright.
Let's talk about some value.
Yeah, no joke. Okay.
So,
yeah, that makes a lot more sense now. Plus, just being able to tap for multiple amounts of mana when you play Llanowar Elves, that's
Yep.
it's pretty good. It makes sense.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense when you think about it. Now, the fourth card that we're going to talk about here today is the first color-hating card I've ever seen banned in a format, ever. And really surprised me when I saw another green card. That's the 3rd green card now to get the Banhammer. Yeah, of course, we're talking about the Veil of Summer.
Okay, yep. Yeah.
Yep, now, this is 1 green for an instant. It says, draw a card if an opponent has cast a blue or black spell this turn. Spells your opponents control spells you control can't be countered this turn. You and permanents you control gain hexproof from blue and black until end of turn.
Ooh.
Wow, all of that for 1 green mana.
You know, it honestly, any card that costs 1 mana that replaces itself as an instant, that's good enough on its own, you know.
Yep.
But the fact that it just shuts down like your blue opponents, blue and black opponents, that's just super powerful.
Yeah.
I remember a card similar to it before, Veil of Autumn, I believe, and it did less. It didn't draw you a card.
Yeah.
It didn't draw you a card.
Well, and you know, I was watching the Magic Historian the other day. I love watching his channel. He's super awesome. And he made an interesting point.
Yeah.
You know, when you think about this, Cryptic Command costs 3 blue and 1 other. It's 4 mana. And what do you do most of the time with that card? You counter a spell and you draw a card.
Yep.
Veil of Summoner effectively is countering that spell, and you're going to draw a card.
For 1 mana.
For 1 mana.
1 mana.
You know, green hasn't had a hate spell that powerful in a long time.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I run Veil of Summer in a couple of my commander decks because for 1 mana you just get so much value out of it. I understand fully why this is banned. Like, just too much value.
Absolutely. No, and I tell you, I'm very excited about this Pioneer format. I'm excited that we're seeing some of the bigger Pioneer tournaments coming in. You know, do I think it's going to replace Modern? No, I don't think so. I do think that Legacy may take a hit. What do you think?
Yeah, I see. I'm. It's kind of a toss up because while Legacy is notoriously hard to get into, I personally think Modern is headed the same way.
Yeah.
Because some of these cards are just getting harder to find. Their prices are going up. They're just not getting reprinted.
Yeah. I mean, and even the ones that are getting printed, like they're still seeing huge amounts of value.
Yep. So either way, we could see a transition where a Legacy just kind of takes the hit for Modern, but I also think there's an equal chance that Modern itself could become a weaker format. But to be fair, it's been shown that Legacy has had less representation lately.
Yeah.
So
it's true. I think that when you have a card game that's been around since 1993, I think that it has to find ways to evolve. Otherwise the game can become stagnant or players can lose touch.
that's fair.
And so I think that stuff like this is the only way. And who knows, in 10 years, we're probably going to have another format.
It seems like that's kind of what what Wizards wants to happen is we can have more and more recent formats, with newer and newer sets. Don't hesitate if you guys have an opinion on any of this at home, and if you think Modern's gonna fade, or if Legacy's gonna fade, if you have your own opinion, don't hesitate to put your opinion in the comment section below.
And also, let us know, what do you think is going to get the ban hammer next in Pioneer? And do you think that Oko will see a ban in Pioneer?
Oko has been such a topic lately in a lot of formats, and it's just one of those things that I really think Wizards is trying to figure out a way to just keep him in these formats in standard, at least, because you would think with all of the outreach trying to get this card banned that it would have been by now.
Yeah.
And now it's only banned in Brawl.
Brawl on 1 day a week on a Magic Arena. How do you ban a card for 1 day a week when the world is screaming out for it to get banned in Standard?
Hey, Wizards, can you please ban this card? Oh, hey, yeah, sure, I got you. But only in one format, on Arena, on a certain day of the week. Sometimes.
This is crazy.
Yeah, man.
Anyways, so yeah, please let us know. Leave your comments down below. Let us know what you think. If you like what we're doing here, please subscribe. We'd like to get this channel off the ground.
Yeah.
We'd like to review more Magic. We'd like to talk about bad movies. We'd like to bring to the table all kinds of cool stuff. So just let us know what you want to see, and we will, of course, work to make that content happen.
Yep. Thanks for you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Yep. Thank you. Ready?
Yep.